Hey everyone, I'm Sohpia with Awaken Catholic, and this is Awaken the Saint. Most of us are perfectly fine being a passerby. We hope the teacher doesn't call on us for the answer in class, or that Father doesn't chase us down after Mass with an invitation to join the pastoral council. We're even fine with showing up just in time for Mass and sneaking out during the last hymn. If we can just avoid drawing attention to ourselves, maybe we won't be convinced to change everything we're comfy with. But what if that new way of life leads to an even better one? Simon was just passing by the way. You might know him if you've ever prayed the Stations of the Cross or listened to the Passion readings from Matthew, Mark, and Luke. He was traveling on his way home, minding his own business, when he was in what he thought was the wrong place at the wrong time. The Roman soldiers were leading a struggling man off to be crucified. It looked as if he were on his last leg, and they weren't even close to the site of the crucifixion. Simon kept his head down and just wanted to get where he was going. We're not sure exactly where that was, but whether he was heading home from a long day at work or on his way to celebrate the day of fasting, Simon didn't want or have anything to do with a criminal who was on his way to his execution. But then the unexpected happened, the exact thing that Simon of Cyrene was avoiding. The soldiers called him out of the crowd and demanded he help the criminal Jesus carry his cross. That wasn't his responsibility, Simon thought. He didn't do anything wrong and didn't want to be caught up in the chaos. He simply wanted to go home and continue on his day. Not being able to tell a Roman soldier of all people no, Simon broke from his path and came face to face with the Messiah, bruised and beaten. There was something about the specific criminal that Simon couldn't help but walk with him. It took a simple gaze from the face of Christ to captivate the heart of this lonely bystander. How could Simon not walk alongside Jesus in his time of suffering? It was passed through tradition that Simon went on to be considered one of the men of Cyrene who ministered after the resurrection of Jesus in the Acts of the Apostles. He was also considered the father of another future saint, Rufus, a name that was known by many early Christians of the time. Simon and all of his family would come to suffer the death of martyrs during the reign of Emperor Diocletian, Simon specifically being reported as sharing the same fate as Jesus himself. He was now able to joyfully accept his own cross, understanding just how drastically his life had changed. A passerby was presented with a decision: to walk away or to follow Christ to the end. We are presented with that same decision each time we have the potential to encounter God. Do we respond with, "That's not my problem, I don't want to get involved"? Or do we look into the eyes of Christ and allow him to ignite our hearts with his love? Saint Simon of Cyrene, pray for us.
Thank you for tuning in to Awaken the Saint. Awaken the Saint is a 3-minute daily show that unpacks the lives of the saints with practical messages for everyday life. Awaken the Saint is made in partnership by Spoke Street Media and Awaken Catholic.